morning everyone, welcome back to the Cleveland Way, the final day, day 6, and what a difference a day makes. I could see none of this yesterday as I finished the 22 miles from Whitby to Scarborough, but for the final day the trail gods have blessed me with some sunny weather and it's looking good all day today. So the plan for the final day is a relatively short day, well, very short compared to the first 5 days. I think I've got around 11 miles to do today to get to the finish point. So a nice leisurely start, if you can see me next to the sun. Yeah, leisurely start. We'll take it nice and easy today. My daughter is meeting me at the finish point later, so I've probably got around 5 hours to do the, well, obviously I've got longer, but around 5 hours before she gets there, so that should be very doable. So I think I'll just take it nice and easy, enjoy the last day on the trail. Right, okay, let's see what the day brings, shall we? So we're just leaving Scarborough behind. It's looking absolutely glorious this morning. The cliff tops await. So I'm up onto the coastal path, just walking past the golf course. So if I get hit with a golf ball, it's all caught on camera. So last night's accommodation, Phoenix Court, which is on the north bay of Scarborough. In my humble opinion, the side of Scarborough that certainly had the least amount of money spent on it, but hey ho. In terms of the accommodation, it was budget. It's the first seaside B&B I've stayed at for quite some time, and I always have a level of expectation, and it wasn't particularly high. But the accommodation did meet that expectation. The host was lovely, the bed was comfortable, so all in all, can't complain. I think every place I've stayed in has been, I've been more than happy with it. I had to chuckle as I was reading the comments on yesterday's video. One of my subscribers asked if I bought any grenade bars on this trip with me. So anyone who watched the Pennine Way series will remember it was a bit of a running joke throughout. I'd taken those grenade bars, which are basically protein bars, and I absolutely despised them, but I convinced myself that they were doing me some good and helping kind of power me through the trail. Anyway, I've since developed PTSD in relation to grenade bars, so I can confirm absolutely no grenade bars have been consumed on this trip. Plenty of flapjacks, plenty of other tasty treats, zero grenade bars. So I'm just walking past Caton Sands. My daughter Lily and I stopped here a couple of years ago as we were in the area, and it is one of the nicest beaches along this coastline, certainly the ones I've been to. I mean, today, when there's only a handful of dog walkers around, I think it's probably a fantastic place just to go and pass an hour or two. And from what I remember, there is a little shop just on the beach where you can buy teas, coffees and things like that. You will have noticed as well that the sun seems to have left me again. It looks glorious back in Scarborough, but clouded over here. So I thought I'd have 5 minutes. I'm only about 4 miles from the end now. My daughter Lily will have just, I think she'll have just set off, so she's going to meet me, as I said, at the country park in Filey, which is just off the trail. Strange really, because obviously almost at the end of another trail, and I don't feel quite as nostalgic as I thought I would do. I remember when I walked the Pennine Way, that entire last day was like a roller coaster of emotions and a roller coaster of hills. And I mean, I think it was a life-changing event, the Pennine Way, for a lot of reasons. And I just remember when I got back home from there, it took me a good 2 or 3 weeks to adapt to normal life. I don't think it will be the same after the Cleveland Way. I mean, for one, I'm off to the Yorkshire Dales for a few days next week. Straight back into some walking. But yeah, I think yeah, as I said, I was going to walk the Pennine Way again this year, but you know, I decided late on not to, and probably used the reason that I didn't want to commit that amount of time off work to do it. But I think also I probably didn't think it would be the same second time around. It was such a fantastic experience, and I know it was a completely different adventure. I think it's worth just mentioning on this video. It was such a fantastic experience. I'm not sure if it would be the same if I did it the second time around. I mean, the Cleveland Way I've thoroughly enjoyed this last few days, despite the weather not being the best. But yeah, I'm not convinced at this point in time that this will live in the memory quite as long as the Pennine Way, and I just put that down to the different type of adventure. But I have thoroughly enjoyed this one, and looking over to Scarborough, not a soul in sight, absolutely fantastic. Whilst I'm thinking about it, I should also say a massive thank you. Firstly, thank you to everybody who's watched these videos and commented. I do read everyone, and I've actually found time to reply this time. Also, thank you to everyone who's donated to the charity challenge. I've just had a notification. Someone's made a rather generous donation in Australian dollars. Now, I don't know anyone who's in Australia, so I can only think it must be someone who's watching these videos. So they're down as anonymous donors, so if you are watching this, thank you, sir or madam, for your generous donation. And also thank you to everybody else who's donated and supported. As I said yesterday, you are genuinely all absolute legends. You know, and when you feel a little bit tired and your feet are sore, you know, it gives you that kind of final spur of motivation to keep pushing to the end. Even yesterday, when the wind was trying to blow me into the sea, kept me going. So, you know, it means a massive amount. Thank you, everyone. So I've been asked in the video comments, what's next? And the honest answer is I don't know yet. I would definitely like to do another trail next year. It's just a case of which one. A couple that do appeal to me is Offers Dyke. I quite like the look of that one, although it does pass the English and Welsh border, so you know, anywhere over the west of the country, it usually never stops raining. So that's probably one one question mark against that one. The problem is a lot of the other trails that you know, are probably will work logistically for me in terms of getting to and from them. A lot are under 100 miles, and it's like now I feel like, you know what, this is 109 miles long, this trail, and I feel like I'm just getting into my stride now, and I'd like to carry on walking, and I've probably got to get over that or out of that mindset really, because you know, there aren't loads and loads of trails, I don't think, that are over 100 miles. There's a lot of shorter ones out there. So the coast to coast, as I mentioned the other day, that appeals to me. I just need to find a time when it was less busy if I was going to do that. But yeah, to answer all your questions, there should definitely be something in 2025, providing the health and body are still in good shape by then. But obviously I'll keep everyone posted through the YouTube channel. So just back onto the subject of trails I'd like to walk. My absolute dream trail would be to walk from Land's End to John O'Groats, or the other way round. Yes, if I was starting out my hiking life now and had the time to commit to something like that, then I would definitely do that. I'm not the kind of person that would want to kind of go and do it in sections. For me, I'd have to kind of go and do it all in one go, but yes, I just don't ever see, between now and retirement, being in a position to take 3 months to go and walk something like that. By the time I retire, particularly with the way retirement ages are going, I doubt I'd be able to do it then either. So yeah, one I could dream about, but yeah, that would be my ideal. I'd love to do something like that. So the last 2 miles of the Cleveland Way adventure begins now. Pleased to report no cow on path dramas today. Here I am, the end of the Cleveland Way. The busiest part of the walk. There's a nature reserve just down from here, so I've had to wait ages for people to clear to let me talk about reaching the end of the Cleveland Way. So 109 miles over 6 days, a thoroughly enjoyable adventure. Would I recommend this trail? Definitely. It's a good challenge. I think doing it over 6 days, you know, there's some long days, some tough ascents, so you know, obviously you could do it over a much longer time scale if you want to take it slower, or you know, really push yourself hard if you want to do it in a shorter time frame than 6 days. But absolutely fantastic, thoroughly enjoyed the adventure. Thanks everyone very much for watching and supporting along the way. I'll keep the charity donation page open a little bit longer, so if anyone stumbles on these videos in a few weeks' time and you still want to make a donation, the link should still work. Right, I need to go and find Lily now. I think she's hopefully in that car park over there. When will I see you again? I think that's a song, isn't it? I'm not sure. As I mentioned at the start of the adventure, I only film these now when there's something I want to record to look back on in years to come. But I shall keep everyone posted if I'm looking to do something I'll pop it on the YouTube page just so you're given advance warning when some videos will go live. But anyway, until then, thanks everyone for watching and supporting. As I said, you're all absolute legends. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.